Welcome to the very first episode of Inside Chlorpromazine, a podcast dedicated to exploring the fascinating world of chlorpromazine and its potential role in medicine, particularly in the context of COVID-19 and beyond. I'm your host, Sowmya D'Lima, and in this episode, we are diving into the antiviral properties of chlorpromazine. We'll be uncovering how this well-known drug, typically used for psychiatric disorders, may offer promising therapeutic effects in fighting viral infections. Before we get started, could you tell our listeners a bit about your background and what led you to research antiviral mechanisms?
Thanks for having me, Sowmya D'Lima. I have been working in microbiology for over a decade, specializing in virology and antiviral drug research. My primary focus has been exploring how existing drugs, such as chlorpromazine, can be repurposed to combat viral infections, particularly those as devastating as COVID-19. I have always been fascinated by how drugs initially designed for one purpose can offer unforeseen benefits in the fight against infectious diseases.
That's fascinating. Let's dive straight into the topic of the day. Chlorpromazine is traditionally known as an antipsychotic drug, but there has been growing interest in its potential antiviral properties, especially regarding COVID-19. Can you explain the mechanism by which chlorpromazine might work against viruses, particularly SARS-CoV-2, the virus responsible for COVID-19?
Absolutely. Chlorpromazine, as you mentioned, is primarily used as an antipsychotic, but it has been shown to interact with cellular membranes, which is where viruses typically enter cells. One of the key mechanisms through which chlorpromazine may inhibit viral entry is by disrupting the virus' ability to fuse with the host cell membrane. This fusion is crucial for the virus to inject its genetic material into the host cell. So, by blocking this step, chlorpromazine can potentially halt viral replication. Additionally, chlorpromazine has been found to have some effect on this acidification of endosomes, those small cellular compartments involved in the viral entry processes. By preventing the acidification, chlorpromazine could interfere with the virus' ability to unpack and release its RNA, further hindering the replication process.
So, it's not just about blocking the virus from entering the cell, but also preventing its replication within the host.
Exactly. It's a two-pronged approach. On one hand, chlorpromazine prevents the virus from getting in, and on the other hand, it interferes with the replication machinery once the virus is inside the host cell. Studies have shown that chlorpromazine, when used in controlled doses, can reduce the viral load in infected cells, which is crucial for mitigating the spread of the virus.
That's really interesting. But this potential antiviral effect isn't it just limited to COVID-19, right? Chlorpromazine has been investigated for its effects on other viruses as well. Could you share some of your findings on how chlorpromazine might help treat other viral infections?
Absolutely. Chlorpromazine antiviral potential extends beyond just COVID-19. For example, it's been explored in the context of other viral diseases like Zika, dengue, and even the flu. In some other studies, chlorpromazine have demonstrated effectiveness in reducing the viral titers of these infections by preventing viral entry and inhibiting replication. One of the key reasons for this broad spectrum effect is chlorpromazine's ability to interact with cellular processes common to many viruses. By targeting the host cell machinery that viruses rely on to effect and replicate, chlorpromazine could potentially serve as a valuable treatment for various viral infections.
That's impressive. So chlorpromazine isn't just useful for COVID-19, but could be a versatile antiviral agent in other areas of virology as well.
Exactly. And that's what makes this drug so intriguing. The fact that works through its general mechanism that it's in virus specific means it has the potential to be used in the treatment of various viral infections, which is something we need, especially in the face of emerging viral diseases.
It sounds promising, but as with any other drug focusing effect, there are bound to be challenges. What are some of the hurdles in discussing chlorpromazine as an antiviral treatment, especially for COVID-19?
You're absolutely right. Repurposing a drug isn't as simple as it sounds. One of the main challenges is ensuring the right dosage. Chlorpromazine, when used for its intended purpose as an antipsychotic, is prescribed at much lower doses than what might be required for its antiviral effects. So, finding the right balance between effectiveness and safety is crucial. Additionally, while early studies are promising, more clinical trials are needed to confirm the true efficacy of chlorpromazine against viruses like SARS-CoV-2. We need to ensure that it doesn't have harmful side effects, especially when used at higher doses than usual.
That makes sense. Dosage and safety are always top concerns when considering repurposed drugs. Are there any current studies that you're particularly excited about or that are making progress in this area?
Yes, there are a number of clinical trials underway that are testing chlorpromazine for its antiviral effects, including its use in COVID-19 treatment. Some of the studies are exploring its combination with other antiviral drugs to see if they have synergistic effect. I'm particularly excited about a few ongoing trials that are focusing on its potential in treating not just acute infections, but also the lingering effects of COVID-19, such as long COVID, where chronic inflammation and immune dysregulation are major concerns.
This has been incredibly insightful, Chaitanya, a biochemistry graduate. It's amazing to think about the possibilities that chlorpromazine offers beyond its original use. As we wrap up today's episode, is there anything you would like to leave our listeners with regarding the future of chlorpromazine in viral treatment?
I would say that while chlorpromazine is showing agent promise, it's important to remember that we need more rigorous research to fully understand its potential. That said, its ability to target fundamental cellular processes shared by many viruses make it a valuable candidate for repurposing, not just for COVID-19, but for other viral infections too. I'm hopeful that we will continue to see advancement in this area, and I'm excited to see how these trials unfold in the coming months. Thank you for having me, Soumya. It's been a great conversation.
And thank you to all the listeners for tuning into the first episode of Inside Chlorpromazine. We'll be back next week with more insights into how this fascinating drug might just change the way we look at viral infections. Until then, stay safe and keep exploring the science behind the medicine. Thank you.